Should the Warriors fear the Suns, Stephen A?
Well, hell no. Not fear. We have to respect. We have to take into account that the Phoenix Suns right now are the best team in basketball at this particular moment. I predict that changes Friday. Steph Curry will exact his revenge on Friday in San Francisco. But right now, based off of last night's game and the fact that the winning streak has now hit 17, we have to take into account that the Phoenix Suns are no joke, okay? There's a couple of things to peel from this, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, the greatness of CP3. Number two, the greatness of Monty Williams as a coach, okay? We can't ignore that. I got to even give Mikal Bridges some love. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
This brother right here had 2 points. It's the most valuable 2-point performance I've seen in quite some time. I mean, damn. Listen, this dude can defend.
Yeah.
He can defend, and he does all the things nobody else wants to do. I got to give him some love. Booker goes down in the second quarter, and he looked like he was about to have a monster game. And they just amped it up, and they stepped up. I got to give them love. However, are we really going to sit here and act like Steph Curry's shooting performance was normal? It was an aberration.
Yeah.
It was an aberration. I mean, that's not something that you're going to see him do quite often.
It's his worst shooting night, I said, ever. When
That's
he's
right.
With 20 shot
Andrew
attempts.
Wiggins wasn't 100%. Okay, we got to take that into account. I appreciate how Jordan Poole played for the first quarter. I don't know what happened to him the last three, but I do appreciate what I got from him the first quarter. In the end, I will say this. This is the biggest thing that I got to peel away from it. I've been talking about the Warriors for weeks now. They're going to win the chip. I don't see anybody beating them if Klay Thompson and Wiseman come back, because they were just undersized. They were too small for Phoenix. Reminded me of Phoenix against Milwaukee, to be quite honest with you. Too undersized. I get all of that. But let me tell y'all what I peel from this, too. I've been sitting here talking about nobody's going to beat the Lakers but LeBron. I'm sorry, but the Warriors. When they run into the Warriors would knock them out.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking at Phoenix Suns. I'm like, damn. I'm looking at them, and I'm like, damn. I mean, Lakers might be able to go home in the first round if Phoenix and Golden State continue to look like this.
Paging Jay Williams.
A big question for you.
Oh, there you go with one of your questions.
J.J. Redick yesterday started to prep the meal. I want to cook the meal. I want to finish it. I want to take it out of the oven.
I know JJ's jealous right now. JJ wish he was sitting in that seat today. He wish he was sitting in that seat today to get me. I understand.
Are you ready to renege on your comment that you think the Phoenix Suns championship window is closed?
No.
It's over?
No, I was only talking, by the way, me and Keyshawn both, just in all seriousness.
Okay.
We were only talking about this season. I wasn't talking about moving forward. They're done. They had their one shot.
So even after last night, you're still not giving Phoenix a chance to win a world championship?
Well, okay, you want to say a chance. I'm saying to you, I believe the Warriors coming out of the West and they win it all.
That's fine. That's
what I believe. I'm not wavering from that.
Time out. Come back. I know you believe the Warriors come out the West, but my question to you is, are you giving the Phoenix Suns a chance? Because when you say
beat the Warriors?
When you say it's closed this year, that means zero chance. So I want to hear you renege on that and say, yes, they have a legitimate chance. You can still pick the Warriors. I just want to hear you say chance.
I'm not you, Jay. I'm not you. And what I mean by that is this. Phoenix Suns ain't beating the Warriors in a 7-game series, and I stand by that.
How do you know that?
That's what I'm saying.
Because last night you said it was an aberration.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I stand by it until I'm
respect your
wrong.
opinion.
I'm right until I'm wrong, baby.
I understand
I'm right.
that.
Take note.
Well, you were wrong
I'm
last
right until
night.
I'm
You
wrong.
were wrong last
That's
night.
right, and I got no choice. I got no choice.
All I'm going to say is Steph is one of the most gifted players we've ever seen. I do think last night was, to a degree, an aberration.
To a degree.
But it was an aberration because of the way he was defended. So Mikal Bridges, 6'7", 7'1" wingspan, probably the best-built defender to guard Steph.
We haven't seen anybody like that guard Steph before, ever? I'm saying
not with the motor and not with the way they defended him.
We've seen people guard Steph before. Last night was an aberration.
Who guarded him like Mikal Bridges last night?
Well, Mikal Bridges, okay.
Give me other examples of players in the league that have been perfectly built to guard
First of all, what I'm saying to you is this. Mikal Bridges is not a rookie. He's been on the Phoenix Suns for a while.
Yes.
He's defended against Steph before. There have been numerous others that have defended against Steph before as well. All I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to take anything away from Mikal Bridges. I'm saying even Mikal Bridges. Last night he defended him in a way that he himself has made not have defended.
Let's get Marcus in here. Marcus, what do you have to say to them?
First, I agree that it was an aberration. I think Stephen A. was out of his damn mind to say that the Phoenix Suns window was closed this year. I saw that yesterday. I couldn't be a part of that conversation.
So?
But to me, it was the length of DeAndre Ayton and his ability to stretch the floor and stay in front of Steph. The thing that I give you credit for, Stephen A., is that obviously Klay will make a difference, and Wiseman coming back will at least give them length around the basket. Last night, you saw Steph Curry get isolated, and you saw the Warriors fold. That's why you have Klay Thompson. That's why you have a big fella under the boards. Early on in that game, I tweeted out like 2 minutes into the game. I was like, this is a damn good basketball game because it's two differing styles. When you looked at the Phoenix Suns, and I saw Chuck last night talking about it, is that he was concerned about DeAndre Ayton under the basket on the boards, and that showed up early and often. Not to mention, when you start looking at the NBA now, and you think about Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and we've had this conversation before, if they're off, which is very rare, which is why I agree that it was an aberration from Steph Curry, but when they're off, this Warriors team is very, very suspect when it comes to matching up. And one thing I was thinking last night as well, and I want to hear both of y'all on this, I said, damn, this looked like the San Antonio Spurs. The Phoenix Suns look like the San Antonio Spurs. That's who they look like. Defensively,
guys, that's blasphemous. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.